Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm a little later than usual today, and it's been a busy few weeks with everything coming up, like the conference. So I wanted to be sure I hopped on here today and talked about our monthly member connections meeting last night, which we talked about networking strategies for introverts. And I really found myself thinking about the conference in Scottsdale that's coming up, and honestly, just some things that I wish people understood a little bit more about conferences. I've been to the NNBA conference. This is my fifth year, and only my second year being like involved with the NNBA as an employee. So I just want to share a little bit about what I know about conferences, what I hope people get out of the conference in Scottsdale, and even if you're not going to that one, this is helpful for future conferences as a whole. So um, let's get into it. I think a lot of people look at conferences and immediately focus on like the speakers and the sessions and the CE credits and all of the peopling. And those things are all important. But after spending a lot of time preparing for our conversation yesterday about conferences, I just kept coming back to these three things that I just really wanted to share because I just think they're very important, especially if you're planning on joining us in just a few weeks. So, the first thing is that the people who get the most out of conferences are usually not like the loudest or the smartest or the most outgoing. They're just the most engaged. And what I mean by that is just they don't show up and just sit through the sessions and then go back to their room and stare at their phone between sessions. They ask questions, they introduce themselves, they sit with new people at lunch, and they stop by the exhibitor booths to have a conversation. Networking events are available to kind of get people to meet other people and get to know other people that are doing the same thing you're doing. So attending networking nights, even if you feel a little uncomfortable, is really helpful. And I was just reminded of this the other day. This is kind of like the catalyst for all of this is I was downtown at an event with my boyfriend, just doing our event, and I started talking to someone completely casual that was just at the event as well. I wasn't trying to get anything from her. She wasn't trying to get anything from me. Literally just having a conversation. And by the end of it, I got to tell her about NNBA. We realized there may be an opportunity for us to partner together in the future. Nothing was forced. There was no pitching. No one was networking in the way that people usually think about networking. We were just talking, and that's really what networking is. It's just relationship building. So I think sometimes people hear the word conference and they think networking, and networking can feel synonymous with like sales or pushy or annoying or discomfort. And you just immediately picture walking around handing out business cards or trying to sell yourself. But some of the biggest opportunities I've ever seen have started from normal conversations, like a conversation at an event, a conversation at lunch, a conversation in the line for coffee, a conversation after a presentation or in the hallway. Like these are a lot of times the moments that lead to opportunities later. So the second thing I realized is that you don't have to be outgoing to benefit from a conference. This was really the entire foundation of the CE. I'm not an introvert, so I was a little nervous to talk about introverts because so many people think like, well, you're outgoing. It's hard for me. I don't like networking. I'm an introvert. I don't know anyone. I'm not good at talking to people. And honestly, I think introverts can be some of the best networkers and are way better at socializing than they give themselves credit for because out outgoing people and extroverts, a lot of the times, I'm going to speak for myself, but we can struggle with talking a lot of like monopolizing the conversation, not being the best listeners, waiting for our turn to speak, not to listen. So, people that can listen really well are usually very curious or like thoughtful. They remember details, they make people feel heard. And that sounds like what we're trained to do as a nurse, also. As nurses, we do that every day. We're trained to connect with people and listen and ask questions and build trust. So, those skills transfer incredibly well into networking situations. So, if you're planning to attend Scottsdale and you're nervous because you don't know anyone or you're an introvert, I really want to encourage you. You don't need to meet 50 people. We are offering a networking night, but you don't need to walk in and be the life of the party. You don't need to perfect your elevator speech or any of that. You just need to have conversations. Just have meaningful conversations. That's it. That could be one referral partner, that could be one friend, that could be one mentor. I mean, just one collaboration opportunity can make a huge difference in your life and in your business. Um, so one conversation, can make the entire conference worth it. Honestly, NNBA is one of the easiest conferences I've ever attended if you're nervous about networking because people are just really genuinely approachable. They're on the same page as you. They're coming because they need help, they want connection, they need community. They want to meet other nurses who understand what they're doing. And I think that's really special. That's already a way that you can start a conversation with them. Um, I think another thing I realized, the third thing is that conferences are just so much more valuable when you arrive with a plan. And I was like on this last night. Not a complicated plan, just simple. Just ask yourself, oh, coffee. Just ask yourself, what do I want to learn? Who do I want to meet? Am I trying to solve a challenge? What is that challenge? How can I solve it? What do I want to leave with? So maybe you are trying to start a business or grow a business or figure out your next step or you need more visibility. I mean, inspiration, anything, just knowing that ahead of time is going to help you get so much more out of the event. And speaking of that, I just want to give a little preview about what Scottsdale is going to look like. If you um, are registered, you'll be getting more emails. You should have already gotten a few, just kind of detailing the event. Thursday, we're going to kick things off with our impact intensives. Those are like our pre conferences, they're workshops, super high value. We have two of them. One is with Teresa Sanderson. I believe it's called Clarity Content and Clients, and it's social media for nurses. And then Build Your First AI Employee is Keisha Umemba's. So AI or social media, those are going to be super deep. They're a great opportunity to connect with attendees in a smaller event and just to really make the most of your conference experience and get the most out of it. Thursday evening, we'll have networking night from 5 to 7. We'll also have setup for exhibitors and some registration time. That just takes a minute so you can grab your stuff on the way to your networking night if you want. I know some people get really nervous when they hear the word networking, but I want you to think of it differently. It's really just an opportunity to be face to face with people before the conference officially starts. That's it. Just show up, grab a drink. Sometimes that can make conversation easier. Grab a drink, have a conversation. You don't have to stay the entire time. You don't have to meet everyone. Just come, just show your face. Friday and Saturday are going to be our full conference days. We will have incredible speakers, exhibitors. We have sponsors, lots of networking opportunities, meals included. I always encourage attendees to spend as much time as possible in the attendee hall, not because I want you to buy something, but because our exhibitors and the sponsors are a lot of the time some of the most knowledgeable people in the room. It gives you a chance to ask questions, to learn about resources, just to find out what challenges the exhibitors are helping people solve. You might discover something that completely changes the way you run your business, and it could be huge just for a minute of your time. Another thing I would say is to challenge yourself to sit somewhere different at lunch, like to introduce yourself to someone new. Don't go back to your room. Don't stare at your phone. Meet people, ask them what they're doing right now. Ask them what they've gotten out of the conference. Have they ever been? I think this can all be great chances for connection and it's easy. You're doing the same thing. You're at the same conference, you're eating lunch. Like everyone's doing the same thing. It's a perfect opportunity to connect. So some of the best conversations can happen over lunch. Um, but anyways, I want to wrap up, but I just want to remind everyone that Thursday, the 25th, this Thursday in 2 days is the final day to book with our room block at the Scottsdale Resort and Spa. Um, if you are planning to attend and you haven't reserved your room yet, do that because I can't guarantee that there's enough rooms and you won't be able to get our room block rate. So once that closes, we can't guarantee anything. I don't want you to have to travel. That sometimes can be difficult for conferences, but um, Finally, I just want to leave you with a challenge. Before you get to Scottsdale, just decide on one goal, one networking goal. Is it introducing yourself to a speaker or attending the networking night or have three meaningful conversations? Like whatever it is, it can be easy, it can be difficult. Just decide now. Preparation is key because the people who get the most out of conferences aren't the people that are doing the most. They're just showing up with intention. And I've seen it firsthand. Conferences can be career and life changing, not because of like necessarily a speaker or a session, but because of the people you meet and the relationships you build and the opportunities you can get. So I can't wait to see everyone. I'm so excited to go to Scottsdale in just a few weeks. And if you have any questions about anything, um, drop them in the comments or send me an email, Casey at nursesbusiness.com. And we're really looking forward to it. Hope to see you there.